It's Week 12 of the National Football League. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs. He's putting together an incredible season, now in double digits with 10 picks. It's the Cowboys and the Giants, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road. And that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in on a good run. Winners of 5 of their last 7.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. 2-time Pro Bowler.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll get this to the 32. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, very, very strong, well over 100 yards.
He should get the ball early and often here, too. I mean, when you're riding the performance of last week into this game, his confidence level has to be off the charts. Go ahead and keep feeding him.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And it's taken in at the 9. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. 2nd and 7 from the 20.
A quick pass here. He's got Shepard.
This will be a short gain out of the 22.
Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity, and he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Cowboys beat the Browns that year in 66. And a tradition was born and has only grown in love and passion over the years. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Azeez Ojulari has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Rolling to his left.
Got his man on the crossing pattern. It's Slayton. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number 6. That's a phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the 1st snap.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 40. He's at the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game.
That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are tied at 7. And they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably had a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play them and come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny them the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd. It's still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
These 2 teams all tied after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. To Shepard. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Well, you don't become a 2-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott done just that on this latest run.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Jabari Zuniga
In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The New York set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Jones now on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Jones throw on target to James. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones.
He's got Bellinger.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's up to 70 yards now in this first half receiving as he's got a 1st down.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That second down play nets a -4.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they're likely to force a field goal attempt.
Gano's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the draw, it's Pollard. He stiff-arms him. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Play action now, Prescott. Open man is Noah Brown.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. This will be caught once again by Brown.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing. Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he is out of bounds here. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott
hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Jones on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Back to throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones.
And this throw incomplete. Have a defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Keeps himself upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody at home as we take a look ahead to what's coming up both later today and this weekend. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Atlanta Falcons. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the LA Chargers. Then on Sunday night, a big one in the NFC to wrap up the holiday weekend. The Packers and Eagles from the Link, coverage at 8:20 Eastern Time. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that 1st half for the Giants. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the 2nd half. Both teams making their final preparations for the 2nd half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the 2nd half.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's Jones on third down. And that will be incomplete.
It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. We know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department. And he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They'll run it again with Barkley.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll try the right side here. Barkley powers through it. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He's got this complete to Robinson.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Up the middle with Barkley. Oh, nice move. That good for 22 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd and goal, Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Daniel Bellinger
from 6 yards away.
And the Giants have come back to make it a 2-point game. Jones throwing for it.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go, 1st and 10. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On play action, Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Room here to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Tolbert. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Elliott. Zeke with a shake and bake. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Again, it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Still 9 remaining on second down.
Throwing Jones. And that's complete to Shepard.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones. The quick slant caught.
And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
Barkley will score. Touchdown, New York.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
Now a hit and a loose football. And who's got it? The Giants.
So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go to the lead if they get the ball to the end zone.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Barkley, inside handoff. Dances by him. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
127 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Going to run again here with Pollard. It's a room to maneuver.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Prescott to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
On second down, Elliott. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and...
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking,
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Malik McDowell able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Draw play, Elliott. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Prescott now. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Off the play fake, Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys have taken a 4th quarter lead. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Steps away.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Yeah, able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one.
no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, it's Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Giants are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jones. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Osa Odighizuwa breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They go play action here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they're ruling incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Jones. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
James has got it, complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's James. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Dak. And that's complete to Brown.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One last shot now for Prescott.
Finding Schultz. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Giants, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.